back to Squads from the Playground. Snoop Dogg announces his new cookbook, Wake and Bake With Me. Let's get into the content, bro. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Snoop Dogg.
I wanted to talk to you about the new cookbook.
Yes,
now,
sir.
I know you've done a few before. This is your third one, but it's the first bacon one, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, I had to get into the baking side of the business, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 cookbooks that's out and didn't have too many, recipes that were in this field, so baking with the D.O. I love to wake and bake. This was the next thing to do, was to come up with something that could give you some treats, from the heart and mind and the soul of Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? You can get lit with this trailblazing third cookbook from the world famous rapper, Snoop Dogg. And I am a New York Times best-selling author, so they say. That's what this
That's
say.
what the book
I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just reading.
It's on there. It must
They told
be
me
true.
to read. They said read. I said I can read. I love cupcakes. I love cookies, cakes. I love all of that. And it was just a natural step to, considering, like I said, I got 2 other books that are out that didn't have any of this in there. So it was more about focusing on what you've done and what you haven't done. And I feel like it was a market for that. People want to see how I bake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know how I bake, but they want to see how I really bake.
I want to know what your favorite dessert is from each one, from the basics and from the wake and bake list.
I don't have no favorite, dog. Like, one thing about me, I'm too, whatever's good, I'm with it. So I can't say one outweighs the other. I just feel like it's a lot of great recipes in there that is something to fit your taste buds.
For sure.
Remember the key word.
These type of business endeavors is what makes Snoop have longevity. Yeah, that man ain't going nowhere. Despite Kim Porter saying she witnessed jizz on his bike. Danny Boy say Snoop then gave him a baddest chain and it was fake. You know what I mean? You know shit. Daz Dillon just say that man kicked him off of death row because he wouldn't sign over his catalog. Suge Knight say Tupac snuffed him, you know what I mean, chased him through to a hotel hallway, you know what I mean, bro? All that. A nigga know everything about Snoop, you know what I mean? All that little whole shit he done been through. Even got on a record with the big nigga that was in the car with the nigga that killed Tupac. You know what I mean? Look, bro, nigga been on some whole snakish shit. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. And pretty much a coward too. But everybody likes Snoop, bro. Why? It's these type of business endeavors, bro. You open yourself up to a new crowd of people. He's in the food world, you know what I mean? On top of that, he's in the weed world, you know what I mean? It ain't just about hip-hop with this man. It ain't just about hip-hop with this man. Now, I don't rank Snoop too high when it comes to rapping. His rapping abilities, I wouldn't call him shit. It was better back in the day. He's just an old nigga now. You know, he's just an old nigga now talking about some old nigga shit. You know what I mean? Trying to be young, talking about some old nigga shit. The music just doesn't resonate. The Missionary album, drop it in the comments with Dr. Dre. Bro, they talked that shit up like it was gonna be the album of the year. You know what I mean? So you know what I did? I paid attention. I listened. Not only did I realize Snoop sucks, but Dr. Dre does too. Dr. Dre production ain't shit, man. Snoop, Pac called that nigga out on that production years ago, bro. And hate to say it, but ain't nobody kicking doors down to go hijack a Dr. Dre beat. You know, it's Dax. I heard Dax rap on the Dre beat, the old Dre beat. Shout out Dax, bro, because the shit was hot. You know what I mean? Yeah, the shit was dope. You know what I mean? For real. Yeah, the shit was dope. Other than that, them old Dre beats, nowadays everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but when it comes down to the move the lips, it's a bunch of gibberish. Them type of beats that he was making back then, yeah, they was slamming. But a nigga don't even know if that was totally just all his production. Could have been stealing that shit from DJ Quick. You know what I mean? Look, drop it in the comments, bro. Shout out Snoop Dogg. The book is dope. The book is dope. You know what I mean? I ain't looked at no recipes. I don't see why I would need it. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking this nigga should definitely collaborate with Dime with Dankarella. Yeah, you're Dime with Dankarella, but y'all got to check out her food. You got to check out her food and see what type of chef she really is, bro. But yeah, I think Snoop collaborate with Dime with Dankarella, and it'll be some big shit, bro. It'll really put you in the food world. You know what I mean? Right now, your taste buds shit. Your taste buds shoddy, just like you taste the music. But you have a love for it. So if you know what, really invest your time in the culinary arts and experience, he could do something. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Weed and food go together. Go together like peanut butter and jelly. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up too. Can't stay long, gotta go. It's on some guerrilla podcasting type shit. Everywhere I go, I must rig hard. You know what I mean? There's studio lights, stage lights. I don't really need them like that all the time. You know what I mean? Do I have them? Yeah. But when I'm on the go and I can't get to him, the show must go on. Never stopping because I am popping. Just being honest, just being real, man. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground.